Welcome to Sideline Theory. My name is Brandon Cheatham, here with Michael Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the basement.
Ooh.
He's got the Celtics hat.
Sideline Theory, semi-professional opinions.
From unprofessional distances.
Still in Brandon's basement.
We're still here.
Rocking the Celtics hat tonight as we go to Game 7 tomorrow.
That is bold, my friend.
Going to Game 7 tomorrow.
Bold.
Here's my thing, why I rock the Celtics hat. Because I'm in it for the chaos, bro. That's the only reason. The Celtics don't care about them at all. Because one of my worst basketball memories was the 2008 or 2009 finals, Kobe's first finals against the Celtics, when they drug him, bro. And then they came back. You remember we were on – was the whole football team on a summer thing when Kobe's Game 7 against Boston? We watched it at like a football camp.
Potentially, because I do remember some stuff. Yeah, potentially.
I think so. But Boston, I don't even care about you even a little bit. I hope you lose Game 7. I think you'll win.
Cool hat.
Bro, the NBA playoffs have been nuts so far, man.
Crazy. I just want to jump in straight into it. We've got two games pulled up right now. We're watching the Cavs in overtime.
The setup.
The Lakers might as well be in overtime.
Lakers 2 games away from craziness, bro.
There's a lot of craziness happening right now. Craziness. And we'll get into it, but fresh off a pretty crazy game.
Where do you want to go?
With Detroit. But I do want to start with the Timberwolves closing out the Nuggets.
My Timberwolves in 6.
Closing out the Nuggets in 6 without
Ant, right?
Without 4 of their guys that they can
4?
score the basketball. Yeah, the starters and the backups in the front court in the back court, and
gave them that work.
Jaden McDaniels showed up. Talked a big game, played a big game, like locks on Jamal Murray, and scored 32 and 10. Props to him.
There's a lot. I do believe winning culture, like winning begets winning. And that's why I was on Minnesota. Now, I had them winning the chip. I don't think that that's foolish, especially now that they just beat a lot of people's trendy pick in 6 without their top 4 guys. The thing is, without DiVincenzo, without Ant, if the backups are hurt, it's going to be a struggle to beat the Spurs. But it's exactly the type of thing that I said to you when I kept standing on the table. Wemby's the best player in the world, but that doesn't mean he's playoff ready. Because I think Gobert, Ant, talk about a dude that will go at Wemby. Anthony Edwards would not be afraid of him.
Yep.
I just don't think his knee will allow him to even exude that. But it was a fantastic series. Do you think that the Minnesota-Denver, is it more about Minnesota winning, or is it more Denver's, would you call it a collapse?
Yeah, Denver is just not Denver anymore. I don't like the huddles with Adelman. I don't like the whole thing. I will say, and I've said this from the beginning, the most important piece to me is Aaron Gordon. The fact that he's not there is a big difference because Jamal has proved to be so inconsistent.
Yes.
So it's like, hey, he's here and here, and usually you have some stabilizing forces in Aaron Gordon, Joker, that you can live and die with the inconsistency, and you go, okay, he's going to drop 45 and we'll win. So Aaron Gordon still, to me, is the key piece. Without him, it's harder to really make the same type of run that you're accustomed to. Mm-hmm. What I will say is, and this has kind of been echoed sentiment from the sports media that I've seen, Joker had a fine game statistically. I know I texted you right after, and my opinion was I figured he did enough to win. Now, from a Joker standard, there's still more there. There's still more to be desired from a game that you're avoiding being closed out. You should win this game based on who's on the floor. And we mentioned this in the last couple of weeks for sure, but Jokic specifically, man, it's like he's just playing victim. Everything's a complaint. Everything's yelling at the refs. We're getting chest to chest with people. We're pushing people. We're crying about everything. And I don't think you get rewarded with that. Most guys like that on teams like that, you're going to get beat, especially by a team with the culture that, Anthony Edwards and these guys have built on the fact that, the fact of you complaining and fussing to the refs is going to make them dig in more.
Yes.
So I do think it's more about the Nuggets falling off, and I just don't like the demeanor of the coach either. And he's kind of in the same realm of like being a victim. So, I mean, props to the Timberwolves. I will say, and I hope, I mean, people that are that athletic and that freakish physically, like Ant Edwards, can typically rebound from injury quicker than regular people. I'm hoping he can get back. Them without him is a lot less fun to watch. So, selfishly, I'd rather see him back in it. And I do think their ceiling is capped without a guy like that.
Joker gets Nikola Jokic. I don't even want to call him Joker today. Nikola Jokic he is the most protected superstar in today's professional sports. I would love commenters let me know somebody who's more protected than him. The pettiness of running up on McDaniels when you are losing by 10 plus, you turn the ball over at the end of the game, and McDaniels lays it up at home, and you run. Well, he doesn't run. He struts all the way down the court, gets in McDaniels' face, and McDaniels' reaction was to laugh because he's like, bro, you don't want this. I don't care that you're 7. Yeah. I know he said, oh, he's a big guy, came after me. I'm taking McDaniels in that fight. I'm sorry. I don't think Jokic is the best hand swinger that there is. I'm sure McDaniels could two-piece that man. The pettiness of that. And for him to get us a fine, like, that's it. It's like, bro, I think he deserved a suspension. No coverage on it. No one talked about it. Oh, it's just Jokic. Oh, it's how they play. Could you
imagine if this was Draymond?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. And it's like, he's so protected. 108 minute left right now in Toronto, Cleveland. And then to lose the series ultimately, no Ant-Man, no DiVincenzo, no tough. 2 backups.
That's tough.
And I understand what you're saying. His stats are okay. Do you know who gets murdered for saying that he got shut down, but he has good stats? LeBron James, your GOAT now. Yeah. Do you remember how they talk about the Kawhi Leonard, how Kawhi became Kawhi? He shut down LeBron. Do you know LeBron's stat line in those finals? He was like 25, 7 and 7, something
triple doubles.
Yes, bro. Yeah. Yes. And it's like LeBron gets crushed for that. I don't care about Jokic's empty stats. That was my exact text to you because I was on a fire scene last night during the game.
Yeah.
It was empty to me it's empty calorie because you're not winning. He's not winning.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the protection that he's getting. And to me, Jokic, I was thinking about the best quarterback to win a Super Bowl that's also flawed. Not like Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer, like we know that was the team.
A star. Yeah.
I think, is Jokic not the Aaron Rodgers of the NBA? Is he not?
He's getting there, especially from the unlikable standpoint.
He has Aaron Rodgers 4 MVPs, 1 Super Bowl. Yep. Jokic 3 MVPs, 1 championship. I don't care that.
And they're both a little snooty. Like
the pettiness is what got to me. Yeah. The pettiness of him running at McDaniel. The pettiness. He got into another altercation last night, correct?
Yeah.
I don't understand why he's so protected because he's also talked about how he's the best player in the world. Devontae was on this podcast sitting right next to me, said Jokic is the best player in the world. So many Ben Simmons, everybody says he's the best offensive player ever. He's the best player in the world. Where's the winning at, bro?
Yeah.
Where's the winning when it matters? And so I just don't understand why the national media protects this man so much. They're saying he's top 10 all time. Brandon?
Yeah.
I just don't.
I think part of that is us as a society being hard to disengage from what we all projected when they made the first championship run. We expected they're going to win 4 of the next 5, and they just haven't. And if you really sit back and think about what they haven't done, it really brings into the limelight how good are these guys.
And it helps you respect the LeBrons of the world because 100%. We kill LeBron. He's 41.
Yep.
And he still has if he loses this 3-0 series, he's going to get crushed.
And that's him being humble. Hand the ball to the ref, not saying a word.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so with the whole Jokic thing, is like, bro, this is unforgivable to me. When it comes to being talked about as GOAT, best player in the world belt, this makes me question, was he ever – Aaron Rodgers was never the best quarterback. He didn't hold the belt. He never did. Peyton Manning was there. Tom Brady was there. Mahomes was there. I don't care when Rodgers was winning the back-to-back MVPs with LaFleur. Don't care. He didn't hold best quarterback in the world belt. People have handed Jokic the belt. This is making me question, did he ever really have the belt?
Yeah, that's a fair question. We can go on and on about this. I want to move to some other series.
Minnesota, they traded for Gobert, gave up a haul for Gobert. First year they had him losing the first round to Denver. Yep. Then they go back-to-back Western Conference Finals, and then they beat Denver. Is Chris Finch, I believe it's Chris Finch is the coach, is he one of the best coaches in the league? Most underrated coach in the league.
Got to be.
What an environment. If Ant wasn't hurt, my pick of the finals.
I wish he wasn't hurt, man. I wish he wasn't hurt.
People their culture
is a huge loss.
Yes.
But man, if Ant was back, this gets so much.
They look good, man. And I think that they do have. And Julius Randle, for all the talk, the dude is a winner. Yep. He was the 8th seed for Kentucky, and they bring up college. Went on a run to win the NCAAs. When everyone right now they're expanding the NCAAs, and they're like, why? 90% of the champs are either 1, 2, or 3 seeds. Yeah. Julius Randle was the 8th seed at Kentucky and won it. He's a winner
and couldn't go right.
And so Minnesota, I know I don't want to harp so much on Denver that we forget the team that won. Minnesota, hats off.
Yep, completely agree. The next two, I don't think we need to talk about. It's old news at this point. OKC swept. Spurs and 5 of the Blazers.
Spurs, I am excited. Does that game, would you take over under 5.5? That's what I've been playing with in my head. I do think Minnesota gets 1. I think they might get the first one. Because I think Rudy Gobert.
I haven't heard anything about Ant. If he gets back, this gets interesting. I would take.
If he's not, say he's not.
I would take him to play 6 at least.
So you think it goes 6?
I do, however, think the Spurs went. Yes.
Oh, for
Thank
sure.
goodness.
100%.
Thank goodness it's not Denver.
Because they're getting more reps without having to face OKC yet, and they know that they can beat OKC.
Yep.
But I mean, your Lakers. I mean, you got the Lakers winning the West, anyways.
Yeah. And they're on track.
They're
right
up 14.
Now, so we'll see.
Toronto is going to win.
So that's the next series I want to get into. I know we're in the middle of watching Game 6. Lakers up 3-0. Now Lakers up 3-2. They can close it out tonight in Houston. If not, it goes to a Game 7 on Sunday to match with the other potential other Game 7s.
Sorry, bro. I was just getting some wings.
That's okay.
My Red Bull.
Also trying to see
where Toronto just went up 2.
Wow.
Who's that, RJ Barrett? What a dog. Oh, so he hit a 3 to take the lead, bro.
What a way to hit a 3.
And why does it seem like Toronto always gets those crazy bounces? The Kawhi bounce.
Insane.
That bounce? What the heck?
Something in Canada. I don't know. Lakers, Rockets. Very intriguing. KD's played 1 game in the series. LeBron has done a lot. You know, some people like to disagree on social media with me there. You and I are both Lakers fans.
Apparently Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard are on the same tier of Nikola Jokic. Yeah.
What are your thoughts with that?
I think it's wild that the man's 41 and he still has to deal with it. If he blows this, you just don't know what you do because everyone says it's icing. But is it? Because if he becomes the first one to blow a 3-0 lead, my goodness. But right now they're up 15.
Yeah, talking about NFL comps, he becomes Brett Favre. It's like he also threw the most picks ever, right? So I really hope they don't do that.
I think that they
really
win.
Hope.
I do believe that ingratiating, it seems as if it might be a true thing right now because the Embiid, when Embiid came back,
first rough game.
It was rough, but now the Sixers have forced a Game 7 against apparently my Boston Celtics. Come on, commenters, can't wait to hear it with my Hawks. And so with Austin coming back, it really threw off the flow.
Toronto does it, forces Game 7.
Dude, I think they have one of the coolest outdoor, the Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that is cool.
Oh, it's sick. Game 7 in Cleveland, bro. Your boy James Harden. I do think Austin coming back messed up the flow, but it seems as if it's getting it back. Bron again just scored. So I think that the Lakers, we both said Lakers will close out in 6. Yep. We both said that the national media was going to overreact and say, oh, the Lakers. It's like, it was literally, and I'm projecting, they're up 19 in the second right now. It was easy to read that they were going to win this in 6. I like what I'm seeing from the Lakers. I want to look and think about it more as we get closer to a Lakers OKC final or second round. I like the pieces. I like what they're doing. I think JJ is a solid coach. I'm curious to see how he does with adjustments.
How long does a hamstring keep you out? I mean, that's the question.
He heard it on April 2nd.
That's the question.
It's now May 1st.
Yeah. So hopefully,
without Luka. Now your pick was Lakers beat Thunder if Luka comes back. Without Luka, what's your thought on the series if the Lakers close this out?
Without Luka playing 0 games in that series. OKC in 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, unless Braun has a 40-point triple-double and forces it to 6. I don't think they can beat him without Luka.
You're Houston and you lose this game. What's next steps?
Figure out what you're doing with KD.
Are you trading him? Are you trading him? Are you trading other pieces and trying to get Giannis?
Well, I don't know. It'll depend. It'll depend on the actual chemistry behind the scenes of the teammates and the weird burner activity. That all matters a lot. He's with a very young core. So it's kind of like, he's going to be the linchpin that keeps this thing going or not. So if he's not jiving with the team, then yeah, you see what you can move. You see what you can get from moving him. However, he did come off a season in the regular season where he played 78 of 82 games. So it's not like he's not producing.
Yeah.
And, the funny thing to say, especially after game 2, and I know the Lakers won that game, but game 1 goes by and everyone goes like, oh yeah, the Rockets aren't good. KD is good. Right? So it'll be interesting. I don't know. I wouldn't fault him either way.
Here's my hot take for it. If they lose this game tonight, which it looks like they will, Ime Udoka is fired. I think that they get rid of Ime. I think we're seeing this across all sports. If you have a big moral failure, it's hard. The Deshaun Watsons, the Tigers, Ime. It's hard to look, especially when your persona is you guys listen to me. I make you work hard.
Yeah,
and obviously I'm insinuating Mike Vrabel with that. It's a hard thing.
Do what I say, know what I do. Doesn't quite work well.
Exactly, and so it's a tough spot. I do think that they fire Ime if they lose this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked by that either. All right, so enough Lakers Rockets. We both think the Lakers close it out tonight.
OKC, we'll see them in the next round. Without J-Dub, interesting. We'll see what happens.
So we'll move to a couple games. One from last night, the Knicks Hawks. And when I say the Knicks rout the Hawks to close game 6,
50.
Yeah.
Bro, it was 48-11.
I reloaded my app several times to go what?
I had the same, so I had to walk away for a second. I came back and I was like, hold on, is something messed up? It's glitching.
Yeah. Crazy.
My only thought on it is I had the Knicks going to the Eastern Conference Finals, so glad with that. And this is why my comment on the Falcons having the worst fan base in the NFL, type of stuff is the reason Georgia professional sports get no coverage. No one cares about them because it just seemed 28-3, a 50-point loss on a national, people were excited for the game. It's the Knicks. This type of stuff is just so bad for Georgia professional sports.
I just don't get it, man. It feels like every time. Obviously, I'm scoring from the Falcons, but
other than the Braves, I guess. Even the Braves have had some crazy.
Yeah, fortunately, the Braves are playing. I joked with a coworker of mine who's a huge Braves fan. I said, seems like we sacrificed the Hawks for the Braves to be in first place for the rest of the year. And he goes I'll make that trade every day of the week. But, yeah, I mean, I do think personally we're approaching Fantasyland we're going to beat the Knicks in a 7-game series. However, we're right there.
Literally, yeah. Game 6.
It's just
your brother-in-law and nephew were there.
Yeah, they jinxed them. I said they jinxed them. So they're there to see the beat down.
I don't have much to say. I mean, the Knicks look good. Jalen Brunson's OG is an X factor, and obviously the biggest X factor of them all is Cat. If Cat's on, they're pretty hard to beat.
Yep.
And he was having some great passes yesterday. He's almost I think Cat is a better passer than Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I mean, he can get it to more places because of his size. But yeah, I think this is potentially not a great thing for their game 1 of the next series, because historically when you have a big game like that, it can really throw you off.
I think they're. I mean, but the thing is though, they're either playing Philly or Boston, and
the
talk
problem
about,
is
they're coming
gonna
off
be
of a
playing
7.
Philly. Yeah, so we'll
Which
get to some
you
picks
called
in a minute.
Philly being good, man. That
Yeah,
was good.
breaking the bracket. So yeah, Knicks Hawks sad. I didn't.
Can we
cry
talk
at
about
all,
my
but
Pistons, please?
Yeah. Okay.
Brandon
Pistons
texted me
today.
earlier. I was at my daughter's chorus concert, so I wasn't paying attention to sports because I'm a locked-in dad.
Yep.
Oh, Pistons gonna have to crawl their way back.
A long way back.
Long way back for the
Yeah.
Pistons. I turned the game on.
I mean, that a
They
12
just took
point
the lead.
second quarter. 12
Orlando
points,
missed 23 shots in a row.
to which Orlando followed up with an 11-point third quarter.
And my Pistons, who I have going to the finals, came all the way back, forced Game 7, back in Detroit. They will win that game, I think, by a lot, because after Game 1, the next 2 games in Detroit, they have dominated.
I mean, they're the better team.
Oh, yeah.
They're the better team. But like, it's not even close because they have Cade plus, right? Now, if Wagner comes back, I do think it gets intriguing. I don't even know how hurt he is.
I think it might be pretty serious.
So
they're the better team, but Orlando has the better uniforms. The black pinstripes are so cool,
they're
bro.
almost like magic.
And so that's a great. It's wild. We're looking at the screen now. The only team to advance in the East right now at this moment is the Knicks. Everybody else games. We have 2 games. We have 3 Game 7s in the East.
Yeah, that's craziness. But I agree with you. I think the Pistons take it back home to Detroit. I think the Pistons win the series.
You want to pick them?
And I think
so. We both had the Detroit. You going Philly? Are you going?
I'm taking Philly.
You're going full Philly.
Philly win
Celtic
Game 7.
Nation, rise up!
Philly win Game 7.
I got Boston.
Okay, so we're split
and then
there.
Cleveland, Toronto.
Cleveland wins that.
You got Cleveland. I will. All right.
On the heels of a big game by Harden.
So we're both Detroit. We're differing on Boston, Philly. I think you're going Philly just for the vibes.
Yep.
I really think that you think Boston's going to win. You can go Philly for the vibes. We will differ. I'll go Toronto then for the vibes. I think Cleveland will win, but I'll go Toronto, and you can have Cleveland.
Yeah, I will say Cleveland, Toronto has to be one of the most intense, competitive, boring series of the
wild
round.
And Donovan Mitchell's like getting played out.
He's turned into Harden.
Or is Harden taking it for does Donovan not like Harden being there?
I don't know, man. And I know you say that I think the Celtics are going to win. I do think if
Tatum did get hurt,
if Embiid is on, he's just on, and the Celtics don't have a big that can really do anything about it.
Tatum got hurt. Their core is getting older, and we forget.
And they're not hitting shots.
And the 3 comes and goes.
Yeah.
This does remind me when they forced Game 7, or it was Game 7 against Giannis, and they had
last time these teams played a Game 7 was against each other in 2023 in the East semis. Celtics won 112-88
and so
in Boston.
Who hit a bunch of threes that game?
Tatum had 51.
No, I'm thinking Grant Williams. I believe it's Grant Williams had a ton of threes one Game 7. I think Boston rains threes and wins and closes it out. It is fun, though. And then in the West, we both have the Lakers winning tonight, which they're only up 13 now, but they should be fine. And then who else? Why am I blinking?
Yeah, that's the only one left.
Is that
this
it?
round? Yeah.
San Antonio.
Everyone else is through.
OKC. And
Spurs, OKC, Wolves.
All right, yeah. So we're good. Dude, anything else NBA?
Not that I can think of. Come on, Lakers. Okay.
Jokic, most protected superstar in the league.
Let's move to the NFL.
We're playing
the prize possession. Draft domination.
Ooh.
Who took the division crown? So the question we posed was, out of each division in the NFL, who was the team in that division to win the draft for that division?
Let's go back and forth. I throw out a division, you throw out a division.
Okay, we can do that. I do want to preface with, I did not decide winning the division based on wins and losses in the next season.
Did you pick? So you picked who is going to win the division?
No.
You picked who won the draft.
Won the draft
from
the division.
Okay, got it.
And I did that based on the impact of the guys they got, not necessarily meaning that the team that I pick is going to win the division.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Correct.
Let's start with and I kind of took a holistic approach with free agency a little bit as well.
I did too.
And with trade, so we're both on the same page. NFC East.
The NFC East.
So you got one.
So I highlighted
division.
2 teams that I really in each division that I like their draft, and then I'll give you the top pick. First team to highlight is the Eagles. So you get Mekhi Lemon at 20th. You get Eli Stowers out of Vanderbilt at tight end, big receiver, and then I love Markel Bell, obviously from Miami, to eventually replace Lane Johnson at right tackle, maybe sooner than later. However, the team that won this division in the draft is the New York Giants. You get Arvell Reese at 5.
Giants
The
talk,
whole
everyone.
Micah Parsons comparison.
Brandon's doing his Giants talk.
You are able to ship Dexter Lawrence out the door for the 10th pick, along with the huge, massive amounts of salary you're going to have to owe him, in exchange for arguably the draft's best tackle, who we think will project well in the NFL.
CC. The Giants trying to pull me in with that pick, bro.
And I do love the pick at corner, Colton Hood, round 2. Just an
awesome last name, too.
Yeah, super Hood.
I want to change my name.
So that's who I got in the NFC East.
Yeah, I mean, I love the best moment from that division is 100% Lemon being on the phone with Pittsburgh and saying, "Hey, Philly's calling me," and then being like, "What?" And so that's the best moment. And I think it makes Pittsburgh look like a fool. I got some Pittsburgh fans who are like, "Oh, it's fine. We ended up with the lineman that we wanted." I can agree that I think that's a better pick for them. You still look like dopes by getting just snuck by Howie Roseman and the Eagles. That was the best moment. I think the person who will make the most impact this year is Sonny. I think I talked a bunch of junk. Sonny Styles, because the system that he ended up in. If he would have went to the Jets or even the Giants, I wouldn't have been a fan of. Just up there. Even Tennessee, I wouldn't. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But him with Dan Quinn, I do think is an awesome fit, and I think that he will do really well in that system. So I like Sonny Styles to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I do think the team that won the draft in the East is the Dallas Cowboys. Them getting Caleb Downs at 11, fantastic. I love they've turned Micah Parsons into 4 players along that Gary Williams. And then they get a guy I know that you'll like. They got Overton, the Alabama, I believe, edge.
Yep.
Late in the draft is going to be fantastic. You got Caleb Downs, and they reached on Malachi Lawrence. I'm not in love with that pick. He does remind me, and I think you'll like this pull. He reminds me of Randy Gregory. Hopefully he doesn't have the
MMA fighting
and the affinity, I believe, for marijuana.
Yep.
And so hopefully that doesn't happen. But the measurables and like
I can get behind. I will say that my favorite pick is Caleb Downs. The Cowboys just have less of a distance to go, so it's harder for me to go. They had the best draft.
We're not doing they win the draft, win the division. I do think Cowboys win this division. I think that they're solid, bro. George Pickens signed. No one thought he was going to sign. He signs. They've upped that defense.
Offensively alone, I think they got a chance to win the division.
But their defense is going to be top notch too, man. And so I love what the Cowboys are doing. I think the Cowboys won this draft, won the division. The Giants, I'm still not on board. I'll be the last one to join the party. The national media and Brandon can have a party with the Giants. This guy on this side of the table will not have Giants hats up here. So
we might have a Giant hat, but not for the Giants. Okay, I'll throw you the next division. We'll stay in the NFC, in the West.
Ooh.
What you got in the NFC West?
I do believe the team that won the draft in the West, which is crazy. I can't believe I'm saying this. I like what Arizona did. I like what Arizona did. The Jeremiah Love pick is wild to draft him at 3. Here's the thing. You have a potential stud wide receiver in Marvin Harrison Jr. You have, who's the tight end? Why is he slipping my name? McBride is a top
3 wide receiver.
Top 4, top 3 wide receiver. Top tier, regardless of where you put him.
Yep.
And then you could have reached and gotten Carson in the second round or Ty Simpson. Luckily for them, Ty got picked. You know what they did? They took a guard. They took an interior offensive lineman to fortify and then took Carson with their next pick. They went top running back, a top premier who will start day 1 guard, and then got a quarterback who's 6'4", been in pro-style systems for 3 years, has experienced the highs and lows of social media and just the limelight in the 2020s, and will come in and be a pro from day one. And they got a lot of depth later on. I like what the Cardinals did, and they got LaFleur's brother, who had better hair than him. I mean, LaFleur's brother, he looked like a movie star.
I
Bro.
will second one thing with the Cardinals, which is I know a lot of this hinges on the fact that you really like the Carson Beck pick. I don't mind it either. What I will say is no one is going to be – this is me projecting – no one's going to be able to say that they made a bad pick with Jeremiah Love because I think he'll be very productive.
You have a winning offensive rookie of the year.
Very productive. However, my opinion still stays the same, which is why I can't give them the winning of the draft in this division. We'll get to mine in a second. But when you're at 3, unless you're taking quarterback, you got to find a way to move the pick. Unless you're taking quarterback or an offensive lineman, in my opinion, you got to find a way to get creative and move the pick to add more picks. Because a running back is not going to do it for you based on what you still need. I do like that they rebounded and took a guard in the second round because, it's crazy.
And they already have Marvin Harrison.
Top 5.
They have McBride. So now your skill positions, you have Marvin Harrison Jr., McBride, Love, a good offensive line with a solid quarterback with an offensive-minded head coach.
But what's the chances you could move the 3, potentially pair it with a multi-first-round pick, and then you get lucky on a gamble? And
you have to have a team dumb enough to trade. I was going to say, you have to have a team dumb enough to trade their future first, but like the Falcons.
Because without a quarterback, you have nothing. That's just the reality.
And that's my thing is I got Carson winning offensive rookie of the year. I said it last pod. I'll say it again this year. I think that he's going to start by leaps and bounds the most games by a rookie this year. Unless Brissett signs, in my mind, you don't need Brissett, especially if he wants to cost a lot of money, because you're not going anywhere with Brissett. If you're gonna lose, might as well lose with Carson, save money, and then draft whoever in the top 3 next. So you cannot be on the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals' direction.
That's fair.
So who you got? You're taking the Rams?
NFC West.
You're going. I mean, you love Ty Simpson.
The 49ers.
No, you can't pick them. You don't like Kalen Black.
Didn't win this division in the draft. I do like DeJon Stribling, and I do like Romello Height.
Yes. And Black. Bro, Kalen Black ran Miami dudes over in the Natty.
Once we talked about this, I can shift my opinion and go, yep, you definitely need – if you're here with the Niners, you got to build a whole team after the starters.
Yes.
So I can't hate that pick. And I did see a report today because everyone was all over the Niners about the Stribling pick, the receiver from Ole Miss, that no one in the media, no one who was a media pundit had him ranked where they had him ranked. But it was a report today that, hey, within NFL circles, there were a lot of teams that had this guy as their number 1 receiver on the board.
Dang.
So I like that pick a lot. I do like the Romello Height pick. I can get behind after our conversation the Kalen Black.
So you're going Rams.
But the person that won this division in the draft, Seattle.
My only note on Seattle, they drafted for depth.
Round 1, they take Jadarian Price, who I think is much better than people know because he was behind Jeremiah Love. Round 2, they take Bud Clark. Both guys fill a need from guys that they lost in free agency.
True.
So they did what they needed to do to try to plug the holes, and then you just hope that returning the rest of the guys is enough. And I wasn't super impressed. The Ty Simpson pick throws me way off for the Rams.
The C.J. Daniels pick doesn't, though.
Yeah, I like that one, but that's who I got. Seattle wins this division in the draft.
Wow, I would have put them 4th.
Yeah.
That's why
I would probably go Arizona.
We disagree. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I like what they did, and like you. Yeah. Let's go. We'll stay NFC. Goes NFC South.
NFC South.
Your guys. Who you got? Who won the division?
The Panthers.
Give me the person. Who's your number? As we're just talking about it right now, who's your did not win it? You don't even have to say it. Who's like 4th place
in this division?
Yeah.
I'll hold my tongue on that. But they're located in Atlanta. Monroe Freeling, Lee Hunter, Chris Brazzell from Tennessee.
Brazzell.
Oh, my bad. 6'4", 4'4", and was breaking Georgia off a couple years back. Very impressive for them. I think they have the most logical draft and the most the lowest floor or the highest floor.
Yeah. I mean, they were right
However,
there, bro. They gave the Rams all. They beat them in the regular season.
yeah. So I think
And
they made the logical picks that they need, and it's not super risky. The team that I have winning the draft in the NFC South, and I hate to say it, is the Aints. Jordan
when the
Tyson in
Saints
round
come
one, I think
marching
can be a
in.
home run pick. That terrifies me opposite Olave, considering that I think we not a great pick with Terrell's brother.
Avion.
Yeah. And then day 2, they get Christian Miller out of Georgia and Oscar Delp out of Georgia. I really like those 2 picks for the Saints, and they're filling out that offensive core to be very scary with potentially a resurgent Kamara and ETN with Olave there, with Tyler Shuck there. So I think they won the draft, and the guys that they took will have immediate roles and will have the highest upside of anyone in the division.
See, I can't go Saints. I do like what they did overall, but I disagree. I'm not as high on the Jordan Tyson pick, but I also wasn't as high as the Tet McMillan pick, and he won Offensive Rookie of the Year and was excellent down the stretch. And so I'll just remove myself from West Coast receivers, I guess. And so I like what the Saints did. The Falcons, 4 of their first 5 picks were on defense. I do love the Harold Perkins Jr. pick in the 6th round for the Falcons. I know we talked about that. I like what the Falcons are doing. I also like that Stefanski is there as the coach, so I equate that into just off-season moves. The quarterback situation is rough with Tua and Penix. And so the Bucks got our boy Ruben Bain. Love that they got Keontae in the 4th round. Everyone's making a big deal of Ruben just walking by the mirror and grabbing the hat. I do think a little bit of that might be theatrics on his part. A lot of people are saying like, oh, he's just a G and that's why he did it. And I'm behind that, but my immediate thought was like a little bit of like he knows what he's doing when he does that.
100%.
And
he also knows that once he leads the rookie class in sacks this year, he's going to be able to point back and be like, yeah.
And so
but it kind of flows.
My thing
didn't
with
get
Ruben,
haircuts for the combine.
We're the biggest Miami fans.
Homers.
And so, but we had Ruben for 3 years before Mez.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a Mez guy. I love Mez. And so we might be talking about them as we get to the AFC West. But all I say, my pick is the Panthers. Dude, their draft is good. I like their draft a lot. Monroe Freeling, a great offensive. Like the fact that they went O-line and then they went huge Lee Hunter in the 2nd round. They got great lineman play. Yep. And that's exactly where you need to take your D lineman is top of the 2nd round because it's just great, tremendous value. And then Brazel, the wide receiver in Tennessee, a deep threat to help pair along Tet McMillan. The Panthers won that division last year. Granted, it's because
no one wanted to win it.
Yeah. But they gave the Rams all they wanted. I like what the Rams did. I like what the Panthers did. And we both agree. I think the Falcons are 4th.
Yeah, sadly.
I'm in. We got 5 left.
Let's round out the NFC while we're here. NFC
good.
North. Any immediate takes you got here?
Tell me who you like.
The Lions take Blake Miller.
Mm-hmm.
In the first, they take Derek Moore, another Michigan guy, opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. Those guys, I think, both project as starters and at crucial positions of need. So I like that for the Lions. But I do think and you'll love that I did it this way because I think you took some consideration. The team that I had winning this division via the draft is the Packers because their 1st-round pick was Micah Parsons.
Hold on. Hold on. The team that won the draft is –
I'm just giving them credit for
the
trading the 1st-round
Packers?
pick in the deal for Micah Parsons. Yeah. And I do like Brandon Cisse, the corner, in the 2nd round.
Hold on.
That's it.
Lakers up 18.5. So the team that won the draft in the NFC North is the Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers.
Because of Micah Parsons having a torn ACL. Bro, my notes on the Packers were they picked a corner with their 1st pick. Good job. In the 2nd round, they didn't even have 1st-round pick. You're saying it's Micah. 4 of their first 5 picks were on defense, not really high-end caliber guys, and then they picked a kicker.
Yeah.
LOL is what I put. We're on two different wavelengths. That's why podcasting is fun, because my goodness. The Bears won that division, bro. They focus on defense. They don't need offense, even a little bit. They got rid of DJ Moore. They needed secondary depth, and they got the Oregon new Harrison Smith guy.
Yeah.
And then I think a better corner than Cease was Malik Muhammad from Texas. I saw him do great stuff at Texas. And so I love that pick in the 4th round for the Bears. They just went deep. They fortified a secondary. That's what they needed. That's the Bear. I also have the Bears winning the NFC. I'll just say the Bears are going to the Super Bowl. The Vikings, the Caleb Banks pick to me was the biggest reach of anything, even over Ty Simpson.
Yep.
I'm like, I watched Miami run for 350 yards against the Gators this year. So whatever, bro. And I like what the Lions did. They went offensive tackle. Everyone knew that they were going to do that, and they got an edge because just to have some depth. The Packers being number 1 is shocking to me. I like what the Bears did because they fortified. They added
the right pieces.
The right pieces.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same thing with the Panthers. Similar take with they added the right pieces.
Not the right thing with the Packers. The Packers.
Yep.
That's
Michael
wild,
Parsons.
bro.
They've got the best defensive podcast in the NFL. Let's go to the AFC.
Max Crosby, your boy Max Crosby?
No. Have you seen the progression video
No.
of Fernando Mendoza? It's
No.
like 1 day in the Raiders facility, 1 week in the Raiders facility. I'll show you after this.
All
That's
right.
hilarious.
You want to go AFC West then?
Yeah, we'll go AFC West.
Let's do it.
Kick us off.
Man, what's funny is the Broncos didn't have a first pick till round 3. The Broncos, their draft was Jalen Waddle, and everyone's like, I listen to the people who like Sean Payton or are close. They're like, oh, the tight end they picked is gonna be the next coming of Tony Gonzalez under Sean Payton. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, bro, whatever.
He's
So-
not even calling it this year, so good luck.
Broncos off the table. Everyone's in love with the Raiders draft. Here's the thing. You got to like the Raiders also have a lot of picks because they're a bad organization. And so, yeah, they're going to get good players, hopefully. And so I like the draft. I was putting gas on the Mendoza fire. Now I'm pulling it back because everybody else is, and they're starting to go against my boy Cam Ward. And so I'm backing off Mendoza. I like the Chiefs draft with Delane. I don't really. That's not my cup of tea. Just getting rid of like all you did was save $20 million to just spend that capital on Delane.
You got rid of an All-Pro for a hopefully
potential
All-Pro. Yeah,
but I do like R. Mason Thomas out of Oklahoma for them. The team that won is the Chargers. They got Mesidor. They needed just pass rush to help them in the playoffs, and then they got another offensive line. I love the Slaughter pick. I think out of Florida. And so as long as really the Chargers draft is as long as Joe Alt and Slater are healthy, they don't need anybody else. And so I think the Chargers won that division.
fair enough. I'll hit it quick here. I think we spoke about this when it happened, but I do like that the Broncos basically drafted Waddle at 30 based on the trade. I do think the Raiders won the draft for this division. We seem to be on the same page, so we're not super 100% sold on Mendoza yet.
Can he
have
throw
to
a
show us.
15-yard dig route?
But
He
I
can throw it
will
back
say,
shoulder.
even outside of that, and part of this too, because I equated the trades and the potential and the almost trades, the Raiders still get Mendoza. They get a first-round grade in Jermod McCoy in the 4th, so that's basically an extra first-round pick, and you keep Max Crosby. So I really like what they did based on the nuance there. I think we can all agree it really depends on what Mendoza's ceiling is and if he'll get there, which, again, I'm not super sold on, but I do like the other picks that they had on the defensive side of the ball. Paired with the free agent signings, I think there's a potential for them to make a large jump on defense, and a lot of that's driven by the fact that Max Crosby is still going to be a Raider. So that's why I got winning the AFC West. We'll move again to the AFC South.
Okay. That's you tell me. Do you have a immediate thought on them?
Titans took Keldrick Falk. I think will play big snaps early. One of my favorite picks is Anthony Hill, and
Okay.
it's one of my favorites because of the system and the coach that he's going to. He's a rangy linebacker. Was projected at certain points in college to be a much higher draft pick than he was. So I really like that. But I do think the team that won the draft here, and I don't necessarily personally love the direction they went on every pick, but I think the Texans won it.
I think the Texans won this too.
Yeah. Again, it's like there's no shiny,
Good. We
great big
agreed.
pick, but they did what they needed
I
to
love,
do.
dude, the guard out of Georgia Tech.
Yep.
What?
Rutledge.
Yes, Rutledge. Great pick. And then I think they got one of the best values of getting McDonald. I think the fact that McDonald stayed for the second day shows a lot of character.
And he cried.
Yeah, I think it showed a lot of character for him to like stick it out and be there. And for him to go to D'Amico Ryan's system, good luck people facing the Texans. Again, Kyle Shanahan last year said the two best teams in the sport were Seattle and Houston. The Houston defense specifically. But I love what Houston did there. And in the 7th, do you know who they got in the 7th round?
Yes, I know they got in the 7th round.
You can tell.
No, I don't.
Oh. I thought you were serious.
No.
Aiden Fisher, the linebacker from Indiana.
Oh.
Super undersized, don't know. But
All-American.
And he was the anchor of that defense. And so I like that they did that. The Colts went heavy defense, CJ Allen. The Colts, everything depends on homie's Achilles, Daniel Jones. The Jags, the Jags got the worst grade from the national media. I don't hate their draft. They just drafted depth. They just drafted. I mean,
what
everyone's
did they say?
dogging
They
the
said
tight
that
ends.
the GM is like trying to just outsmart everyone with this pick. The tight end specifically, who had like 38 career catches.
I just think that they're going for depth. Across every position. Everyone despises the Texas A&M. I believe Nate Borger, probably because they can't say the name. That's why they don't like it.
Yeah.
And then the Titans, I'm glad they got two edges after Carnell Tate. Don't love the Carnell Tate pick. And then I am glad that they got Coogan, the Indiana center that was at Notre Dame as well. They got a winning player. Hopefully his size allows him to play and he can get in there and help protect Cam. But, yeah, we both agreed.
Aiden Fisher, nice draft. I mean, I guess that's for whenever Aziz Al-Shir gets suspended. So definitely do that once a year.
Go AFC East.
AFC East. Bills took Davis and Mendoza and TJ Parker.
The Bills also had 3 fourth-round picks and 5 picks in the final 3 rounds.
Yeah, and I put they basically drafted DJ Moore at 60th overall.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Igbenogson fan. Like, I know a lot of people are.
Is it the Clemson guy?
Temperament. TJ Parker's the Clemson guy. Igbenogson is Ohio State. Not crazy, but I think a good draft for what they need. I think DJ Moore is a huge addition. We'll see how that pans out.
The thing with them is just the coach. Is the coach going to work out?
It's true.
It's
but
Joe
I
Brady,
think
right?
the team that won this division in the draft, from the draft aspect, is the Jets. A lot of that is based on the fact that the Jets need the most, so it's easy to see that these guys can be impactful. The number of guys that they draft that have a potential to be an impact from day one is higher than a lot of teams because they're so bad. I do like the David Bailey pick. I do like the Sadiq pick just based on the sheer upside for him. For him, I wish he was in a better system and a better place. But for them, I think it's a guy that can separate and give you some one-on-one wins. I do like the Pons pick. I do like the Omar Cooper pick more from a culture standpoint for both of those guys and the mentality that they play with. And I do like that they took VJ Payne out of Kansas State, Buford guy.
Oh,
a lot of quality players who I think will project to start from year one, and then you just cross your fingers and hope and pray that Geno Smith can return to his form from a couple years back.
No, my favorite draft of all 32 NFL teams is within this division. Favorite draft, the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh,
my favorite draft is the Miami Dolphins. A lot of people think the Caden Proctor pick is a reach. I do think that he's going to have a lot of motivation to eat clean, stay the right size. He's a freakish athlete, awesome road blocker, and so I really I'm okay with the upside there, especially. And also, I love their draft, and I hope if you're a Dolphins fan, you hope they get the number 1 pick, which is crazy that which is why the Malik Willis signing is so weird because
Yeah.
I think that they're set up to have 10 years of excellence if they can get a high end quarterback next draft. But who knows? Maybe Malik is that way. I love what the Dolphins did because I love the value. The Rodriguez pick, Jacob Rodriguez, I believe out of the Texas Tech linebacker who used to be a quarterback. He's gonna be an 80 tackle guy for 8 years. Like that's what he's gonna be. And then the Chris Bell pick, the receiver out of Louisville, that guy is a dog. He hurt it. He got hurt in Louisville last year, but bro, he torched the University of Miami. He is a AJ Brown-esque receiver, and they got him late in the draft. Another value pick that they got, Taffy
Yeah.
from Texas, the safety, fantastic, bro, fantastic. And so after the Caden Proctor pick, which they went O-line, which if I stand on principle of, hey, I draft O-line, gotta like the O-line pick, I can't dog it. Then they went defense. Hafley, his offensive coordinator, the offensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins is the most key position for them for the next 10 years if this works. They went defense the next 3 picks. I love their draft. Love it. I think it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, high praise. We'll see if that equates to wins.
The Patriots, they got Caleb Lomu in the first round, like it. I don't think the Sadiq pick was a great pick for the Jets at 16. You drafted Mason Taylor from LSU. I didn't think that you needed him.
I just like it because he offers something much different athletically from Mason Taylor. But yeah, and then you could also say like, yeah, and it's not this draft, but the Patriots are going to trade, their 27 first round pick for AJ Brown. So
and they're going to Mike Tomlin's going to be the coach. So that's
fair
awesome.
enough. Next division, AFC North.
Last one.
Kick us off.
The AFC North, I don't really love any of the drafts. Everyone's going to say they love the Browns draft. Again, it's hard to mess up the Browns have drafted well for the last 10 years, but they're still the Browns because you also don't have the quarterback. And so for the Browns, I don't love the KC Concepcion pick. I just don't. I'm an ACC watcher. He was there at Boston College, then went to A&M. Miami shut him down. To me, he's a gadget guy. Don't love that pick. I do think the Ravens won the draft. They had 4 fifth-round picks. That was funny. They went O-lineman, edge, good wide receivers. They got the running back Randall from Clemson. They got the O-lineman from Penn State in the first round. They got a good edge. And so I like what they did.
Yeah.
Another reason is the Browns got the other Justin Jefferson, the linebacker.
Yeah.
the Justin Jefferson Jr.
Yep.
And so I like, and I can't pick the Steelers because they got punked.
Yeah.
And so I'm going Ravens.
Okay. Yeah, I put Ravens. I think it had a great pick with Vega.
You went Ravens too?
Leone. I think you still rather have Max Crosby.
Ooh.
But no, I'm a fair weather regular old guy. I think the Browns won the division for this.
You went Browns?
It's a similar reason to the Jets because there's so much that they have to get fixed. From a receiver standpoint, I can get the sentiment from Concepcion because he didn't jump off the page for me either in the games that I watched him play. But I do like the Denzel Boston pick as well from Washington, and I do like that they went Fano at left tackle. I think those guys are projecting as starters. I do like they were O-line heavy.
You're hearing that Deshaun may be the starter?
I said I like the direction they went. This is literally my final note. Crazy to think that Deshaun Watson is in a 4-man quarterback competition. Just think about that for a second.
Why his
trajectory after Houston was like, okay, this guy's going to win a few Super Bowls.
He led the league in touchdown passes the year he left. But then the moral stuff came out, and I just think he can't be himself anymore. He was known as Deshaun Watson, the good guy.
The other thing, too,
leader.
Is that people are alluding to the fact that he doesn't really like football. And I know that's commonplace for a lot of guys in the NFL. They just do it because they get paid millions of dollars to do it.
Well, he didn't like football, but he was also leading the Texans to the playoffs and beating Nick Saban's Bama team. So, like, I think that it's hard to – your psyche's messed up.
I agree. I just think with that outlook on football, if you're or an organization that's struggling, it's like our boy at Arizona. Who's the quarterback right now?
Carson Beck.
No.
Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. Our guy that wants to get
Brissett?
paid. Brissett.
Oh, there you go.
He's like, hey, just pay me. We're going to lose 15 games. I don't care. Just pay me.
Well,
yeah. Okay. Wrapped
there's
it
our
up. I
draft
like
recap.
that.
You want to hit real quick Mendoza.
Let's just hit the question.
Does Mendoza lead the
Mendoza or
Raiders?
bust? Can they read him? Can he lead them to the playoffs?
Quarterbacks who have led their team to the playoffs their rookie year who have gone number one in the draft this century. Do you know who it is?
No.
One
Tim
guy.
Tebow.
No, who went number one?
Oh.
Andrew Luck is the last quarterback who went number one to lead his team
I
to the
think
playoffs.
just lucky, honestly.
I don't think Mendoza does it. Also, it doesn't help that Kirk Cousins is there. Also, we do this with the Browns, the Raiders, the Jets, the Jags even for the longest time. You know why we don't have to do it as much with the Jags? They have Trevor Lawrence. You know why we have to do it with the teams I mentioned before? They're the Raiders, and they didn't have a quarterback. Now, you could argue, is Mendoza that guy? I don't know. But, yes, they're going to have good drafts because they're bad organizations, and they pick well. They pick high in the rounds. And so I don't think Mendoza leads into the playoffs this year. Everybody's on the Giants and the Raiders and the Jets, and it's like, dude, it's just not going to happen. And I don't think Mendoza plays 10 games. Maybe he plays 10 games. Kirk doesn't get hurt. I mean, I don't know the last time Kirk Cousins had a major injury. Mendoza does not lead them to the playoffs.
I mean, other
Carson Beck
Achilles.
starts more games than Mendoza. Carson Beck,
You're all
the
in.
guy to watch. I'm all in.
You're all in.
I'm all in, baby. What do you think? Does Mendoza lead
I
them to the
think the
playoffs?
Raiders are still at least 2 draft cycles away from competing for a playoff spot in that division.
Okay.
Unless they trade their projected, top 8 pick next year for A.J. Brown.
Which I said that. We said that on this pod a month ago that they need to trade for
If
A.J.
they
Brown.
do that, that changes the complexion for me quite considerably. I will say their win total right now, based on some of the betting
think it's
websites,
5.5.
5.5.
I would take the
So I think
over.
it's a fair
I think I'll
chance.
go over 6 wins.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're over that number, and I think they're over that number with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And unless they do something drastic and go grab AJ
Come
Brown,
at us, bros.
they
Come
don't
at us,
make it.
Raider Nation. Tell us why we're wrong. Athletic feat of the week.
Athletic feat of the week.
Now, you got somebody?
Uar Bernard,
Who?
Nigerian.
Oh, the Nigerian guy.
Never
Yeah,
played
there you go.
football before. Selected 251st
What an animal.
overall by the Eagles. 6'4.5", 306 pounds, 6%
His
body
athletic
fat.
feat of the week is
36
existing. That's his athletic
36-inch arm length, 4.6 40-yard dash, 40-inch vertical, 10'10" broad jump, 31 reps at 225, and he played D tackle.
How many reps?
31. Defensive tackle. Does not seem to speak English very
Fastest
well.
300-pound man ever recorded. 4'6".
So the feat isn't necessarily his measurables.
He exists.
The feat is that he was drafted to the NFL having never played football competitively before.
What a gangster.
So God just looks on you in favor. And we're doing podcasts in my basement.
Yeah. And my athletic feat of the week, I'm going to go hockey.
Oh.
Philadelphia Flyers, Pittsburgh Penguins played a good series. Philadelphia was up 3-0. Pittsburgh fought it to get to Game 6, went to game overtime. Philadelphia pulled it out. Could be the last time we see Sidney Crosby, Sid the Kid, in professional, meaningful playoff games. He's getting up there in age. And so good job, Flyers. Pens, sorry, Caleb. And Sid the Kid, could be the last time we see him. One of the best players of our generation. Him, Ovechkin.
I'll take your word for it.
That's
all. We appreciate you guys joining us this week, and have another episode
the
next
Packers,
week.
Bro. This man said the Packers.
We'll get into it. Drop the beat.